All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Before we make a formal start, I just wanted to play a quick video introducing Monash University. It goes for about 2 minutes. Then I'll come back and we'll begin tonight's formalities. So I'll just play it now.
Whatever your aspirations, Monash will get you there. Graduate with a qualification that's internationally recognised and leave with the knowledge and skills to turn everything you've learned into an exciting, rewarding career. With a range of scholarships and entry schemes, Monash is a university that doesn't focus on where you come from, but rather where you're going. At Monash, you'll have the opportunity to meet like-minded people from around the world and become part of a large, diverse student community. And with access to Monash's huge range of amenities, you'll get to experience the best of what campus life has to offer. From social and sporting clubs to special interest groups, there's something for everyone. At Monash, we'll teach you how to think, not what to think. Our academic staff are the best in their fields. They're committed to making sure students are empowered to be creative, engaged, responsible, ethically focused, and accomplished communicators. At Monash, you have the chance to participate in a range of international internships, study tours, and exchange programs. You'll be part of a huge multicultural student body, allowing you to immerse yourself in different cultures and become a global thinker. With campuses and teaching locations in Australia, Malaysia, China, India, and Italy, and exchange programs at over 100 partnering institutions in 30 countries around the world, your international opportunities are endless at Monash. Benefit from the extra choices that come with studying at Australia's largest university. With a huge range of double degrees and flexible electives to choose from, you'll be given the tools to build a degree that's unique to your needs. You'll leave Monash with a greater sense of purpose, a global outlook, and the skills and confidence to make a positive change to your own life and to the lives of those around you. When you choose Monash, you can be sure you'll be studying at one of the top universities in the world.
All right. So before we make a start, I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we meet today. I also like to pay my respects to the elders past and present. Now, just before we get going, everyone, I just want to make sure everyone in the audience can hear me. So if you could please raise your hand using the raise hand icon. It should be at the bottom of your panel. Beautiful. Those numbers are jumping. All right, excellent. All right. So everyone can hear me. That's great. I'd just like to extend a warm welcome to you all, whether you're in Melbourne, interstate or internationally. Thanks for joining us here tonight. My name is Benny. I am from the domestic student recruitment team here at Monash University. Tonight, I'll be taking you through a presentation on all things Monash. So this is a great opportunity for all of you to get your questions answered as well. And joining me here tonight are some of our fantastic faculty representatives who you can ask your questions using the question and answer panel box, in your control panel. So we have from the Faculty of Arts, Kim Sarah. From the Monash Business School, we have Natalie Bridges. From the Faculty of Education, we have Jennifer Lai. From the Faculty of Engineering, we have Helen O'Keefe. From the Faculty of Information Technology, we have Suzanne Hilditch. From the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences, we have Karen Asher. And of course, from the Faculty of Science, we have Michaela Gabbo. So all the questions that you have for all of our faculties, please put them in the question and answer box. Even if we have faculties that I did not say out loud tonight, continue to put your questions in because we have fantastic reps from my team who will be able to answer those questions as well. Now, at Monash, we're all about innovation, creating change and doing things that make a real impact in society. So I'm actually going to play another short video that just highlights some of the things that we are currently adapting to. All right. Okay, so a lot of you may or may not know how we are as a university positioned in Australia, not the world. So I'm now going to spend a couple of minutes just talking to you about our rankings as a university. Now, Monash is consistently ranked as one of the world's top universities. For some of you, this may not mean much, but when it comes to deciding what course is right for you, then this could make a huge impact in your decision making, especially if you are in Year 12 this year. Our consistent ranking means that we attract students and staff from all over the world. So not only will you be learning with the best, you'll also be learning from the best as well. With over 330 alumni in over 155 countries worldwide, Monash has a strong international presence. We're also part of the Group of 8, which is an alliance of leading Australian universities. So think universities like University of Sydney, UNSW, University of Queensland. We're part of this prestigious group. So this prestigious group focuses on or are recognised for excellence in teaching, student outcomes, and of course, research. Arguably, Group of 8 universities produce graduates who find full-time employment sooner, begin on higher salaries, and of course, are more likely to move into postgraduate studies than graduates from other universities. Not only are we known for our university rankings as a whole, but as I scroll through here, you can see some of the rankings within our specific disciplines. So we've got here on the screen, number 14 in the world for nursing, according to QS rankings. Accounting and finance, number 36 in the world. For law, number 35 in the world. So a lot of our disciplines are ranked consistently in the top 50. All right, so I'm now going to talk about campuses. Now, for those that don't know, Monash University is actually located in Melbourne, Australia. And as you can see here on the map, we have a number of different campuses in Melbourne, mostly located in the southeastern suburbs. And I'm just going to go through them now just to give you an idea about our campuses across Melbourne. So here is the Melbourne CBD. It's this relatively small campus for home to our law and international business. So in Lonsdale Street, within the city's law chambers and courts, we have a law centre that's focusing on mostly postgraduate law units and courses. In Collins Street, we have a campus that's exclusively for the Bachelor of International Business. Not far from the Melbourne CBD, we have our Parkville campus, which is home of pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. So this is a campus just for pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, has approximately 1,500 students, staff and teachers, a very short tram ride from the CBD, roughly 5-10 minutes, no more. And it's recently undergone a $50 million redevelopment, which includes new world-class research labs and, of course, teaching space for our students. It's also in the vicinity of major hospitals and also a very big pharmaceutical company, CSL, which we have industry engagement with. So it's positioned very well there for our pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences students. I'm just going to trickle down here to this campus here. This is Peninsula Campus. It's the home to a number of our health allied courses, including nursing, physiotherapy, paramedicine, OT, and also education and business administration courses. Has approximately 4,000 students, 300 academic staff. Some unique facilities about this campus is we have specifically for our health students include fake emergency rooms, occupational therapy bathrooms, and what's also unique, we have what's called the Monash Peninsula Activity and Recreation Centre, which has been open since 2012, and it focuses on a healthy, active community, which is the theme of the campus, and houses community and teaching facilities for staff and students to use. So that there is our Peninsula campus. I'm just going to move to this dot here. This is our Caulfield campus. As you can see there, just a short 20-minute train ride from Flinders Street, which is in the CBD. This is our second largest campus. It's actually home to roughly 5 of our faculties, including art design and architecture, Monash Business School Arts and IT, who have some of their courses there at this campus. Approximately has 19,000 students and 1,000 academics. Some of the unique features of this Caulfield campus is that we have media labs, 3D printers, robotic labs, TV studio, sculpture studios. We've also got a sound shell designed and built by art design and architecture students. So that there is our Caulfield campus. And last but not least, our main campus, the Clayton campus, so which houses 8 of our 10 faculties. Chances are, if you do come to Monash, you're going to be based at the Clayton campus. It is home to 38,000 students and 8,000 academic staff. What's unique about our campus is that we have a number of unique facilities that really reflect who Monash University really is. And that includes the Australian Synchrotron, CSIRO, Monash University Accident Research Centre, the wind tunnel, which is Australia's largest wind tunnel, or in the Southern Hemisphere, that I might add. And what's also attached to our campus, which will be open in 2022, is the Victorian Heart Hospital. So again, this campus, our home campus, is a great reflection of the incredible facilities that we have. It's a massive campus. It has its own postcode. It has its own street address system. Chances are, if you are a student, you will come as a first year, you will come to this campus looking lost and probably using a Melways, but that's the beauty of it as a student coming to such a fantastic campus. Other sort of facilities that we have, obviously sporting facilities. We're actually home, or this campus is home to over 2,500 accommodation rooms, which I'll speak about later. So there's some of the unique facilities that are also attached to the Clayton campus. Now, chances are when you do come to Monash, you will be based at one of these 3 campuses, and there is a good chance that you might have subjects that you may have to travel across to. So we do have a transport system that is a shuttle bus that's free for all Monash students, staff. It runs every hour during semester, and so it gives you, I guess, that convenience of having to go to different classes throughout the day. So obviously that's a great transport system that we have just for Monash staff and students there. So those are our campuses within Melbourne. We do have a number of campuses internationally, which I will speak about a little bit later on. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get into the awesome bits of our faculties. Just going to go through our 10 different faculties in detail, just to give you a bit more information about what we offer at Monash. Keep the questions coming in, guys, because we have our fantastic reps here to answer them. Now, just before I go through the faculties that we offer, now we have received a number of questions that, will ATAR scores or entry requirements be impacted as a result of COVID-19? I can advise you that please refer to the website or in our guides that we have, because those are the best guide in terms of scores or entry ATARs to use at this point in time. So please use that as a guide, and that is the best guide at this point in time. All right, so I'm going to first start off with art, design, and architecture. Now, each of these dots here just represents one of the places that our Monash staff, students, alumni, and lecturers have actually worked in. So just a couple examples here. We'll start off in Australia. So Emily Dang, she's a visual arts graduate. She's actually exhibited at the Perth Institute of Contemporary Arts. If we go a little bit international, let's move to Japan. We have a study tour conducted by Kuohi Kawakami, who's an automotive designer and an industrial design graduate from Monash. So fantastic opportunities that our art, design, and architecture students have utilised in terms of their opportunities. We'll just do one more here in France. Lauren Haberfield, she's an art director and she's graduated from a communication design degree at Monash. So as you can see, there's so many opportunities. It's endless, that you're not just restricted within Australia, I guess, that you can take your art, design, architecture course overseas, internationally. Just to let you know, our architecture design degrees are both professionally recognised. Design degrees are recognised by the Design Institute of Australia. Now, particularly for our design degrees, when you apply for the Bachelor of Design, your first semester is a nice gentle introduction. And then in second semester, you actually choose from one of 4 specializations, which include communication design, industrial design, spatial design, and collaborative design. Now, all our courses within art, design, and architecture are thinking and making courses. So students have access to workshop spaces that include the latest design software and digital and robotic equipment, as well as the more traditional painting, sculpture, model making, and glass blowing and forge. All students across all degrees have access to all workshops and are supported by our technical staff, who help them to learn how to use the equipment professionally. So as you can imagine, using these types of equipment gives you great experience, so that when you move into your career, you actually have that really good understanding and possibly one step ahead than other graduates within the same discipline. The class sizes involve studio learning as well, which means classes are small and personal, which means that getting to know your classmates and academics is a great opportunity to be more personal. Each year, our art, design, architecture students present Art and Now, which is a design exhibition that showcases students' design work. Excuse me. This exhibition is open to public, and it's a great way to showcase some of their fantastic work that they do during throughout the year, and as well as to showcase to family, friends, and of course potential employers. Now, our degrees within art, design, and architecture are degree based, except for the fine arts specialisation in the Bachelor of Fine Arts. So it may require an extra portfolio as such. So it's best for all courses, I speak for that matter, to do your research and to get a better understanding when you choose your course. All right, so the next faculty that I'm going to move into is our Faculty of Arts, and I'm actually going to get our lovely rep from the Faculty of Arts, Kim Sara, to just give a minute or two just on the opportunities that they have in the Faculty of Arts. Thank you, Kim.
Thanks so much, Ben, and thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. There's lots of you on here, which is excellent. So I'm Kim from Monash Arts, and we are broad encompassing across many areas from news, media, journalism, international relations, politics, languages, history, and I could keep listing those and speak really fast, but I'm not going to do that for you. What I will touch on, as you've gathered from that list I've just started to touch on, is the type of opportunities that you're going to receive through Monash Arts. Now, that's not just in the program offerings, but also in the employability and opportunities that you're going to receive while you're a student with us. Some of those being opportunities where we will pay for you to go overseas and study. So the Global Immersion Guarantee, which was in that video earlier, where you're getting an opportunity to either go to China, India, Italy, Indonesia, or student, either single or double degree, and that's not a catch. We will pay for you to do that, and it will get credited to your degree. We also have over 600 different providers for internships that are here and also overseas. And again, that's for credit that's there for you. So what we're really big on is making sure you do develop those skills that an arts degree gives you. So communication, leadership, and particularly an ability to thrive in a really changing world, as I hope you can all relate to right now in the COVID-19 world that we're in. Our degrees, which you might see, is a comprehensive degree in the Bachelor of Arts. And what you'll also hear more about with specialist degrees, which we offer in criminology, media communication, global studies, music, politics, philosophy, and economics, and they can be taken as single or double bachelor degrees. And what we're really exciting is we also offer bachelor master's programs. So you do a double degree with a Bachelor of Arts or any of the other arts degrees I mentioned, and any of our master's programs can complete that in just 4 years. If any of those are of interest to you or that sparked some questions, I would absolutely love to help you out with the Q&A that we've got. And we've also got one-on-one appointments, which you can book at another time. Thanks for having us tonight. Thanks, Ben.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kim. So any questions for arts, just please direct them to Kim because he can definitely answer those for you. All right, so we're going to move to our next faculty, the Monash Business School. So in our Monash Business School, we've got over 20,000 students studying with the faculty, so you'll be part of a significant alumni network. We have a number of different courses that that are suited to everyone's needs. I'm actually just going to invite our lovely rep from Monash Business School, Natalie Bridges, to give a nice 1 to 2 minute overview. Thank you, Natalie.
Thanks, Ben. I really appreciate you all tuning in tonight. It's been very well attended. As Ben said, my name's Natalie from the Monash Business School, and I just wanted to highlight probably the biggest question that we get asked within the business school is that what is the difference between business and commerce? So just generally speaking, commerce is a much more analytical and quantitative and mathematical degree. So it covers topics such as business analytics, marketing science, econometrics, and actuarial studies. Whereas the business degree in comparison focuses with much more of an emphasis on people-based functions. So managements, marketings, human resources, etc. There is a different maths requirement for both of the programs, so please take note of that when you are looking through the courses, and that is obviously correlated to the quantity of maths usually associated with the major that you choose. Within the business school, we make it our priority to equip students with the best practical experience you can complete with your education. So this comes into fruition through study opportunities such as capstone units in your final year, internships, study tours, corporate projects. All these things you will have the opportunity to participate in and to study whilst you are with the biggest business school in Australia. We are also the first Australian business school to be awarded the triple accreditation, and that is for quality assurance for a variety of our programs. And they just highlight the types of academics and students you will be studying with when you do come to the Monash Business School. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask a question on the Q&A box, and I'll be sure to respond as quickly as I can with the appropriate links for you. Thanks, Ben.
Great, thanks, Natalie. So we're going to move to our next faculty, and if you're looking to become a teacher, we have the perfect course for you for our Faculty of Education. Currently, there's a national shortage in teachers, so hopefully that encourage people to become teachers. And to discuss more of those options, I'm going to invite Jennifer Lee from the Faculty of Education. Jennifer, please go ahead.
All right, thanks very much, Ben, and thank you for mentioning that there's currently a shortage of teachers, and there's actually always going to be a demand for excellent teachers. So yeah, as Ben said, if you want to become a teacher, you must complete an accredited teaching course, and the Monash Bachelor of Education Honours offers you flexibility and choice and a lot of professional experience that is built into the course. So within the Bachelor of Education honors, you can choose to specialize in early childhood, primary or secondary education, or if you don't want to choose, you can do a combination of these. And you can also do a double degree and combine primary or secondary education with a degree from a different area, such as arts, business, fine art, music, and science, and get both qualifications within 4 years of studying. So Monash Education is ranked #1 in Australia and #12 in the world. Our reputation has helped our graduates find work in Australia, interstate, and overseas. Over 95% of our graduates have found work within 4 months of graduating, which is higher than the national average. And you also be doing placements in real schools continuously throughout your course and gaining real work experience while studying. And the best part is that you don't have to worry about sourcing these placement opportunities. Monash will find and organize everything for you. So our students can do placements either here or overseas. We offer one of the largest international placement programs in Australia, which gives our graduates the experience of working in a different culture and makes them more competitive in the job market. Before we move on to the next course, I just want to remind everyone that apart from having the required ATAR score and subject prerequisites, which are English and maths, all applicants must also complete an online situational judgment test called CASPER. So teaching is a very practical profession and you're dealing with people all the time. So we want to assess applicants for their interpersonal skills so that you know this is indeed the right course and the right profession for you. You can visit the CASPER website to book a test, and the website also has a lot of resources that can help you prepare for the test. If you have any further questions about the course, feel free to pop them into the Q&A or book a one-on-one chat with us afterwards. Good luck with your studies. Hope to see you at Monash. Thanks, Ben.
Great, thanks, Jen. So our next faculty that we're going to move into is the Faculty of Engineering. And as you can see there, there's so many different specializations. So if you're interested in maths, physics, or chemistry, engineering will be perfect for you. I know these overwhelming specializations can be hard to choose at first, but I'm going to invite Helen, okay, from the Faculty of Engineering, who can talk to you about how you can maneuver through our Bachelor of Engineering. Thanks, Helen.
Thanks, Benny. Yes, as you can see there, we offer 10 undergraduate engineering specialisations for you to choose from. Have a look at our new course guide or our website, which will give you really detailed descriptions of what they're all about and what sort of careers can come out of each one. I just wanted to point out tonight that newly introduced this year is robotics and mechatronics. So we have offered mechatronics for quite a while, but now we've included robotics, and there are streams in artificial intelligence and automation running through that. It is a bit overwhelming, but the good news is that you don't have to choose your area of specialisation when you commence your engineering course. You start off with what we call a common first year. So that allows you to learn what engineering is all about and what engineers do, to get a taste for all of the specialisations so that when you enter second year, you'll feel really confident to make your choice of specialisation. We also have 45 double degree combinations, so there is really lots of choice and flexibility with Monash Engineering. We know that you're all really keen to take up opportunities for work experience and personal development during your studies as well, and this is particularly important for engineering as there is a requirement to complete 420 hours of what we call continuous professional development to be able to graduate from your engineering degree. So to help you with that, we offer a cooperative education program. So that allows you to go on paid work placements for 3, 6 or 12 months. You can do more than one co-op placement during the lifetime of your course. And we have a team of staff who can help you access those places. We've got something called Monash Industry Team Initiative, which provides opportunities for you to work with a team of students from right across the university, not just engineering, on real industry projects, and a leadership program that allows you to develop skills and connect with industry through seminars and interactive workshops and industry visits. But I do think that one of the best opportunities for students, and one that really sets us apart from the other universities, is the chance for you to get involved in one of the many teams, clubs and societies in engineering. So there's over 30. Some of them are competitive. Some of them provide, internal support to students within engineering, and some provide outreach to doing things like outreach to primary school students. So a couple of examples of the Monash Motorsport team. They build racing cars and compete in Australia and overseas. They're currently #1 in the world for their combustion engine car, and last year they built their first fully autonomous car. We have the Nova Rover team, which builds Mars rovers, and are the only Australian team that's been invited to compete at the Mars Rover Challenge in the US. So last year they went over there and they came 9th in a field of 80. So the teams are a really fantastic way for you to gain experience. Not only a way to make friends and have fun, but also to really apply that classroom learning to practical projects and to gain some really valuable experience for when you're out in the real world. So please send your questions through to me. I'm more than happy to answer them, and I'll hand you back to Benny.
Thanks so much, Helen. So that's Faculty of Engineering, guys. So we're next going to move into the Faculty of Information Technology. What's unique about the Faculty of IT at Monash is that we actually have our standalone faculty dedicated to IT. And in fact, we're the only group of 8 university that actually has their own standalone faculty IT. I'm now going to invite Suzanne from the Faculty of IT just to go through some of the opportunities in terms of courses that we have in IT. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thanks very much, Benny. So let me start by saying that IT is everywhere. Everyone these days has a smart something or other, whether that be a phone, a TV, a vacuum cleaner, a fridge, and perhaps in the not too distant future, your very own smart car that drives you to school without a driver. So IT is embedded in everything we do, which means there are IT related jobs in every field you can possibly imagine. From law, where you can specialise in cyber crimes, which are unfortunately on the increase, to sports science, where you can utilise artificial intelligence to monitor and improve performance. So all this means is that job prospects for those with an IT degree are very healthy and encouraging. And it's not just me saying this. Each year, LinkedIn releases a report called the Emerging Jobs Report, which highlights what the 15 most popular jobs will be in the coming year. And for the last 2 years, of the 15 jobs listed, at least 10 of them required some sort of IT skill. This year, the top job was artificial intelligence specialist, while last year it was a data scientist. So on the topic of data science, Monash has the largest group of data scientists, researchers in the Australia and New Zealand region. And they work in the only dedicated IT faculty, as Benny mentioned, in the group of 8 universities. And these are the academics that you will be learning from should you choose to study computer science. All the undergraduate IT degrees at Monash include a work integrated learning element. So what this means is you have the opportunity to choose our industry-based learning unit. And this is a full semester unit where you are placed in a company to work for 6 months. So during that time, you don't actually attend any classes at all, but are fully immersed in the workforce. And it's a great work experience opportunity. If you don't do that particular unit, you still get the opportunity to participate in industry experience projects where you work in teams and you engage with industry mentors or industry clients, and you develop an IT solution to a real world problem using the skills you've developed over your time. So if that's piqued your interest at all in IT, we offer degrees in information technology and computer science, and I'll be online all night to answer any questions you have in the Q&A. So back to you, Benny, thanks.
Thanks, Suzanne, wonderful. So we'll next move into our faculty, which is the Faculty of Law. Now, our Monash Law degree provides you with a suitcase of skills that go into a range of industries, which is one of the reasons why many of our students actually do a double degree with the law with law. In fact, we have more students doing a double degree with law than students doing a single degree law. We also offer our law students the largest number of elective units of any law course in Australia, so giving our students choice and flexibility. We even have our own moot court on campus. So this gives students practical knowledge and engagement opportunities while they're studying to be involved in mooting competitions. We're also the first university to guarantee a clinical legal placement in Australia as part of their degree, which is a great, fantastic opportunity. This means they actually get to represent an actual criminal case in the court of law, overseen by a qualified lawyer. So it's an invaluable experience that's attached to our law program. And obviously you can add that to your resume and is highly regarded in industry. Within our law program, you can also get involved in overseas industry-specific internships to build on your law specialisation, I guess, from commercial law to human rights law, environment to international business. So there's so many opportunities. And we've even had students who've gone on to do internships in the US and also in China as well. So that's our law program in a nutshell. All right, so we're going to move into the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences, which is one of our most popular faculties in terms of courses that we offer. I'm going to invite our faculty rep from MNHS, Karen Asher, to speak 1 or 2 minutes about the different courses that we offer and also opportunities as well. Take it away, Karen.
Thank you, Ben. And I'm glad that you could join us tonight. And I want to just give you an overview of the range of courses that we have at Monash. In our faculty, we have courses that give you an opportunity to work with people on a one-on-one basis, or you might decide that you want to work more in the background in policy, or you might want to work in health promotion, or even in research and or industry. So some of the courses that we offer that have more of a clinical focus include nursing, occupational therapy, paramedicine, physiotherapy, radiography, nutrition, which can lead to dietetics, and then obviously medicine, which is our very popular course. What I'd also like to mention, and we have courses that look at things like public health, which has been at the forefront at the moment. And then you could also work just in an area of nutrition, which might be involved in food preparation, food planning, food safety, and that may be of interest. And then obviously go into research in food as well. So with our courses, in particular our clinically focused courses, we have excellent clinical learning environments that give you a setting that mimics real life. For example, in our paramedicine course, we have a home setup where it might have a kitchen where someone's been injured, or a bathroom, and then you practice with that scenario and getting a person to an ambulance. Or it might be in our accident scene where you have to extract someone from a car and put them into an ambulance. So it gives you the real life scenarios and prepares you to go out into your clinical placements, which are all set up for you by Monash. In terms of medicine, I would like to mention particularly for any students who come from a rural background, and if you happen to be from interstate as well, you can apply for medicine through a Dean's Rural List. We give you an opportunity to apply for that if you've lived in a rural setting for a certain number of years. So that is something that we communicate with you about once you've applied through VTAC. And the final thing that I'll mention is that we have 3 different preferences in VTAC. And there's often a lot of confusion about those preferences, and they make up 237 places. A standard place is the Commonwealth supported place. Then there's the ERC, which is our extended rural cohort, and you do your first 2 years on campus at Clayton, and then you go do the remaining training in a rural setting for 3 years. The bonded medical place is really important to research. You would be studying the same as any other student and doing your placements around Melbourne and rural Victoria, but you need to know that you would have to be available to give some time back to government in an area of need. And so it's really important to check out this information before you put that preference down. So if you do have questions, just let me know tonight. And thank you, Ben. I'll hand it back to you.
Great, thanks, Karen. So our next faculty is the Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Like I mentioned before, Pharmaceutical Sciences has its own campus in the Parkville vicinity. At the moment, the faculty is ranked number 3 in the world in pharmacy and pharmacology, and currently number 1 in Australia and Asia Pacific. Now, we often get the question of what's the difference between pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. Look, both are important, but the pharmacist plays a critical role in society by having the qualification to hand drugs to the patient. There is that conception that as a pharmacist, you go into work in a pharmacy, such as Chemist Warehouse, but there's so more emerging careers that are emerging out of being a pharmacist. Here's an example. Currently, we have a pharmacist for pets. Like me, I really love my dogs. Working alongside vets, a pet pharmacist will be able to dispense pet drugs without owners having to see the pet. So that saves myself and others out there time and money. On the other hand, a pharmaceutical science develops and looks at the research behind drugs. Putting that into current perspective, I guess the big question now is when are we going to finally find the vaccine to deal with COVID-19? And I guess the work that the pharmaceutical scientist plays in this space is absolutely critical. Some examples of companies where our students and grads from pharmaceutical science have gone into also include skincare development at ASOP, paint development at Dulux, and also developing products such as Ventolin, anti-malaria, and vaccines at GlaxoSmithKline. So there's so many opportunities that pharmacy and pharmaceutical science students can move into. Now, the courses within this faculty are really focused on work placements to ensure that students have a lot of exposure to a range of experiences. There's a real big focus on active learning, employability, experiential learning, and also skills coaching to really put you at the forefront when you graduate. And last but not least is our Faculty of Science. So don't think that science is just restricted to chemistry and physics. As you can see there on the screen, there's so many different specializations that you can choose from. And I'm now going to invite our fantastic rep from the Faculty of Science, Michaela Gabay, to give 1 or 2 minutes just on opportunities within science. Thank you, Michaela.
Hi there. Hold on 2 seconds. I thought I put my video on just because I wanted to highlight our lovely Green Chemical Futures building, which you can see behind me. I guess another one of the key selling points to the Monash Science degree and the Monash Science experience is the campus experience and also the precinct that we have at Monash. So we've got some great new buildings that are happening. This is where all of our first year chemistry students will have their labs, and also our secondary year chemistry students. It's all state of the art, and it's not the only state of the art building on campus as well. We've also got quite a few other ones, which is really, really cool. As you can see on screen, there are a range of different areas that you can choose from to study in science at Monash. And you can combine 2 separate areas. So you can do a double major in the Bachelor of Science at Monash. We have a couple of different science degrees. We have our Bachelor of Science, which is our flagship degree. It's very flexible. You can do a double major. You don't need maths methods to get into it. So if you do love science, but you're not so great at maths, it's a really good choice. We've also got 2 selective degrees, the Bachelor of Science Advanced Research and the Bachelor of Science Advanced Global Challenges. If you're keen on a PhD pathway or going into a research field, the Bachelor of Science Advanced Research could be the one for you. There's some inbuilt research and inbuilt study subjects in that course. There's also the Global Challenges, which I touched on before. That's a really great course if you're into solving problems through science. So there's a lot of problems that we have in the world at the moment, such as global warming and coronavirus and all sorts of other things. And if you're keen on leadership and entrepreneurship and solving the world's problems through science, that course might be the one for you. You can also do a Bachelor of Science in a double degree with a range of other different courses. So if you're keen on studying science and arts, or science and law, or science and commerce, or science and biomedical science, these are all combinations that you can study at Monash, and there's a few others as well. And if you are interested in maths and IT, we also have 2 new courses this year, which are the Bachelor of Applied Data Science and the Bachelor of Applied Data Science Advanced. We actually run those courses in conjunction with our wonderful Faculty of IT. And it's a great course which has a lot of data, maths, IT, and also applying those things with a focus on real world problems. So that's really cool. It's not just about, science is not just about studying in this awesome precinct and also going to labs and lectures all day long. And it's got a great cohort feel as well. As I mentioned before, you can become a science student ambassador, there's peer assisted study sessions, and there's integrated, well, there's a possibility for you to do a industry placement unit as well, if you so desire. And of course, study abroad and exchange opportunities as well as field trips, lots and lots of field trips. So if you want to go out to the field and you want to go overseas and do a study tour when we can, again, that would be, you can definitely do that as part of Monash Science. So if you've got any questions, I've chatted some handy links below, so you can kind of have a look through at your own leisure, and you can always ask me some questions as well. So back to you, Benny. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Michaela. So those are our 10 faculties. Hopefully it's giving you a really nice idea about what we offer at Monash. I'm now going to move into the different ways to study at Monash. So at Monash, what we offer is a reflection of choice and flexibility. And specifically, we have comprehensive and specialist degrees, which I'll quickly just talk about. So what do I mean by these? So comprehensive degrees allow you to select from a wide range of subjects within a broad field of study. So a great example is Michaela from the Faculty of Science, who spoke about science. Within science, there's over 30 different areas of study that you can choose from. This is really great, as you can study different types of specializations in your first year, get a feel of what you really enjoy. Then second year, you can choose what to focus on. Or if you can go the other way, focus from the start of your course. So it's kind of like a try before you buy, sort of a cooling off period, if you want to put it that way. So comprehensive degrees can be categorized as more general. So within these degrees, there's different areas of study that you can choose. To put that into perspective, say if you're in year 12, you have an area of interest that you want to take up in university, but you don't know specifically what you want to focus on, then you can choose a comprehensive degree. Arts, business, it's a good start to choose from if you are totally unsure, which is perfectly fine. So those are comprehensive degrees. Specialist degrees, on the other hand, is, let's say if you're in year 12, you know exactly what you want to do from day one. You love maths, you love chemistry, you love physics, then engineering would be perfect for you. So you can finish year 12 if you have the right score with all the prerequisites. You can move into a Bachelor of Engineering. So most of our specialist courses actually progress you into your given career. And it's really great to know with specialist courses that when you graduate, you will actually graduate with a degree that is accredited with your profession. What do I mean by that? Here's an example. Engineering, for example, when you finish your 4-year program, you'll be accredited with Engineers Australia. When you finish a teaching program with us, you'll become accredited with the VIT, the Victorian Institute of Teaching. Another one is through IT. All our courses are accredited with ACS, the Australian Computer Society. This is really important because it means when you move into your field of study as a career, you'll know you'll be recognised as a professional. So this is something that's really unique to our specialist courses at Monash. Now, what's also unique at Monash is our double degrees that we offer. So double degrees allow you to take up a number of interests, say if you're in year 12, into university. So if you're ambitious, you're doing your VTAC application, you're interested in, say, geography, but also interested in politics, you can actually take that up into university level. Say you can do politics through your Bachelor of Arts, or geography through your Bachelor of Science. Now, if you did that separately, it would actually be 3 years each, so a total of 6 years. But if you enroll into the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, it's condensed and it will actually be 4 years, so reducing the limit it will take to do it originally. So essentially, you're compressing degree, which means you'll study less electives with a focus in your majors from day one. Now, there's a really big misconception about the intensity of double degrees. I've heard a lot of students say double degrees mean there's extra work. That's not the case. In fact, double degrees actually is the same intensity as doing a single degree. You're just at university a little bit longer. In always the case, you're going to be studying 4 units where a semester, whether it's a single or double degree. And I guess for myself, I actually did a double degree when I was at uni, going back 10, 15 years ago. And I was really interested in environmental science, but I was also interested in continuing the language that I learned. And I did a Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degree. I guess that was really interesting because I was able to broaden my studies, do 2 subjects in arts and 2 subjects in science. And I found that it really complemented each other. So I really encourage you to look into a double degree if you have a number of different interests. In fact, we have over, I think, 140 different combination double degrees that you can choose from. So again, there's a real emphasis in flexibility and choice that we have here at Monash. All right, so one other aspect I really want to talk to you guys about is, so you're in year 12 and you know, everyone has their dream course that they want to get into. However, in some cases, you may have missed out slightly because on the ATAR score or on a prerequisite which you missed out. Now, it's really important that you have a backup plan to know that you can still reach a dream course. And at Monash, we have a number of different pathways, which I'm going to illustrate here. So I'll just fast forward this just to give you a nice illustration. And I'll just stop it right there. Now, this is a really good illustration of the different types of pathways that you can get into your dream course at Monash if you may have missed out. I just want to highlight the main ones that students often look to. The biggest one here is transferring. So if you go through another university or doing an internal transfer, sometimes it may mean that you have to do another course at another university to get to your dream course, or doing staying at Monash but doing a different course to get into your dream course. We also take into account TAFE qualifications as well, and we have a number of different pathways, pathway to law, and also Indigenous pathways. We also have Monash College, as well as DOTS and DOE, which I'll explain in a bit. So it's really good to know that there is options. It's not the end of the road if you miss out on your dream course. It's really best to do your research in terms of what's needed. And we have obviously our faculty reps here, and also staff from my lovely team who can talk to you about different pathways if you have questions about that as well. Now, just quickly, we also have 2 different types of unique pathways into Monash. So abbreviated as DOE is the Diploma of Higher Education. This might suit you if you've completed year 12 but didn't meet the entry requirements if you want to get into courses such as education and science. By doing this 1-year program, you can also gain credit towards if you progressively move on to the education or science courses. The ATAR for that is 50. We also have our Diploma of Tertiary Studies program, so that allows you access into some of our business administration, education, and nursing courses, and the minimum ATAR for that is 60 as well. So these are a number of different pathways that you can reach into Monash. So those are the different ways to study. I'll next move into something else that's really important, access. Now, as you can see here, this diagram here, which I'm just going to enlarge, there are a number of different ways in which you can get into a Monash. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is SEAS, S-E-A-S, which stands for Special Entry Access Scheme, which needs just one application that all universities, not just Monash, to consider. Now, you submit this VTAC application. After you submit your VTAC application, SEAS can be used to readjust your ATAR based on your circumstances, but you'll never find out what your SEAS adjusted ATAR is. Now, there are a number of different categories that you must be eligible for to satisfy SEAS. Now, the extent to which SEAS changes your ATAR will depend on the severity of your circumstances. So at Monash, your ATAR will be adjusted to a maximum of 20 aggregate points and a maximum of 10 ATAR points. Students who are eligible for SEAS, you must still meet all the prerequisites and requirements for your course. So here are the different categories here: disability or medical condition, coming from a non-English speaking background, a regional or remote area, difficult personal circumstances, 21 or older. A really good example that you may be eligible for is, let's pick a disability or medical condition. You're in year 12, you're on the verge to getting a fantastic ATAR, but in term 3, you played footy or netball and you fell over and broke your leg. Now that, of course, you're going to be prevented from coming to school because of recovering. Now, submitting a SEAS application may help you to readjust your ATAR based on the potential that you may have lost in that sense. Now, just to let you know, when you submit a SEAS application, you're not compared to any other application, okay? So don't think that if you're not eligible, that you may not be eligible for SEAS, because you've got nothing to lose in terms of applying. So I really encourage you to apply for SEAS, even if you have the slightest concern. The other scheme that we have is the Monash Guarantee. Now, this is different in that it allows students entry into a course that is lower than the advertised ATAR score, or ATAR course, sorry. But of course, you must satisfy one of these 4 categories here. A quick example of how it works. The entry last year for nursing and midwifery, the lowest rank was around 89, but the Monash Guarantee ATAR was 80. So you still need to meet all the prerequisites and extra requirements to be eligible, and you must complete the VTAC SEAS application as well. So because of the impact of what's happening with COVID-19, some of these dates in when it will be released at the end of the year is still to be known, but it's really good to keep up to date on the website, on our Monash website, sorry. To find out if you're eligible, do visit monash.edu/SEAS, S-E-A-S. You can find out more information about if you're eligible or not. We also have a calculator as well, or you can answer, you can ask questions through the question and answer panel as well. Just going back, actually, I just really want to highlight this number here. Now, this is, although this is 2019, this number here, 2,443 students were offered a place as a result of SEAS or Monash Guarantee. Now, that is a massive difference. It really makes a difference from you putting in an application, getting into your dream course and just missing out. So I really highly encourage you to really look into SEAS and the Monash Guarantee if you are eligible, of course. Now, excuse me, I'm now going to move into the fun part of the presentation. Now, being at university is not just about singing in a lecture theatre, listening to some academic throw lecture notes at you. It's all about having fun, getting engaged, making friends, and embracing that student experience. Now, just to kick this section off, I'm just going to play a quick video just to highlight a day in the life at Monash, really. So here's the video, guys.
I think I'm just going to have the afternoon in. Probably watch a movie. Damn. So I think Dave still has my Blu-ray of Spinosaurus. Hi Jess, what's up?
Just hanging out. It's so easy to make friends when you live on campus.
Great. Have you seen Dave? I think he's got one of my Blu-rays.
Last I heard, he was signing up for one of our more than 100 clubs and societies.
It really is so easy to get involved.
Especially if you get involved early.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Thanks, guys.
Hi Sam, here to join the Monash Club of Juggling and Fire Twirling.
Actually, I'm just looking for Dave.
I think I saw him at one of our regular non-residential college events.
What are you after? Sausage, burger, supportive peer environment?
Can I have everything?
Yes, this is a non-residential college barbecue. Hey, Sam. I hope you like your sausages delicious and your peer group supportive.
Yeah, have you seen Dave?
Not sure. He could be at one of our many social sport competitions.
It's a goal for Team Monash, and that's to the many personal goals Team Monash helps you achieve, and I'd say they're already winners.
Have you checked outside the iconic Menzies building?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Dave.
Oh yeah, he was heading off campus to give back to the community and get invaluable life experience in one of our many volunteering opportunities.
He could be checking out some of the world-changing scientific breakthroughs being made at one of our world-class laboratories.
Hi Sam.
Hey Steph.
What kind of ice cream would you like? This machine can make any flavour. Boysenberry, sunshine, knowledge.
I think it's broken. I asked for a Monash University flavoured ice cream, but this just tastes like success and happiness.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Dave?
No, sorry. I can offer you a day flavoured ice cream though.
No thanks.
You might find him at the amazing Doug Ellis swimming pool.
Well, I didn't get to the highest level of my chosen field by... Hang on. Hi, Sam. If you're looking for Dave, you just missed him. He's headed to a stimulating and rewarding tutorial.
Thanks, Karen.
No worries. Oh, and Sam, I'll see you soon.
Just stunning.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, how's the tutorial going?
It's okay.
Really?
Just kidding. It's amazing. I'm learning so much and learning from the best.
Great. Have you seen Dave?
He was looking for you. He's headed back to your comfortable residential hall.
Thanks.
Hi, Sam. Thank you.
What for?
For being a great friend.
We only just met.
At Monash, that's all it takes.
All right, so hopefully that's given you a nice little introduction into the student life at Monash. Now I'm going to talk about the clubs and societies that we have here at Monash. Now student-run clubs, societies and groups are a great way to get involved, meet people with similar interests to you, and also have an amazing time and fun. Whether you want to socialise, get political, stay active, practice, there's something there for everyone. So as you can see here on this page here, there's so many different clubs where it's academic clubs from economics student society, medical undergraduate society, to social clubs such as photography club, juggling and fire twirling. What's another one we have? If anyone likes Harry Potter out there, I think we've got a Quidditch club. You just got to bring your own broomstick. We've got sporting clubs as well. It's just, there's so much stuff that you can get involved in. So there's something there for everyone. So don't think there's nothing that can be formed. All right, so Something I also want to talk about is academic and personal support. Now, this is really important because I understand that some of you in the audience, not just from Melbourne, but also interstate and international students. And moving away from home is for the very first time for some of you can be quite daunting, especially for our Year 12 students moving into university. There are challenges in terms of the transition from high school to university. For example, at the moment in high school, you've probably got periods 1 to 5, 1 to 6 that it's structured and you have to attend. At university, it's a little bit different. So you might have class on a Monday, but nothing on a Tuesday and 1 hour on a Wednesday. So it's less structured. And the word that comes to mind here is independent, being independent, which is really the focus when you come to university. So we do have a number of support services which can help you feel accommodated. Academic support services, for example, we have the Peer Assisted Study Scheme. These are guided study groups that can help you set up good study habits in future years. We also have online study resources that can help you to prepare for exams and also do research for assignments as well. And on campus, when it's safe, of course, we do have library drop-in sessions to help you learn the study skills that you need for when you do those really tough assignments, because it is very different to high school. Another important aspect is personal support services. So on campus, we do have a medical and dental facilities, as well as physiotherapy and nutritionist science services, and mental health, which is also a very big one for especially residents who live on campus. We do have counselling services which are available as well if you want to talk to a professional. We also have a range of financial and disability support services that we cater for everyone, whether long-term and short-term. So nothing is impossible here at Monash. So that is really, really important. The next thing I want to talk about is accommodation, and I'm just going to play this short snippet of a video, but as the video is playing, I'll talk you through accommodation. So at Monash, we have different types of accommodation, basically at our Clayton and Peninsula campus. Now, at our Clayton campus, we have our traditional dorms, so it's a traditional halls of residence where it's basically a room with your desk and bed, and then the kitchen, shower, toilet is communal. We have our shared flat style, so an apartment where there's different bedrooms within the same flat. Everything else is communal. And then we have our brand new self-contained studio apartment. So these include things like you have your own toilet, kitchen, shower, fridge, all in the one room. It's kind of like a nice studio apartment, 3-4 star hotel, if you want to put it that way. And these are right on campus for our students. We also have these facilities as well on Peninsula campus too, if you are based out there. Now, the benefits of living on campus is that it's very private. Now, I'll go through the pricing in a bit, but all bills are included in your weekly rent, which includes the water bill, gas bill, Wi-Fi. Security is also a really big emphasis within our halls. There's also opportunities for our students to become socially engaged in different activities, and also leadership and development opportunities within the halls as well. And what's really, really important, that for our residents, there's 24/7 live-in support too. Now, in terms of our halls of residence, it is self-catered, which means that students do have to cook. We do have communal kitchens, so we do encourage that independence within our residents. We do have a cafe that's on campus, as well as many other food outlets. So it is accessible if they're a bit lazy to cook, but we also have a supermarket on campus as well, where students can do their grocery shopping. I also really, really want to point out that for each hall, there is a residential support team, such as college heads and resident advisors assisting with orientation and transition. I actually have another role where I'm actually a deputy college head of Logan Hall, which is one of the newer halls on campus. So I actually live on campus, and Part of my role, it primarily oversees the pastoral care and well-being of each and every student to ensure they are fully accommodated and embracing the student experience. So when I guess students come on campus, you're not just a resident, you're part of a community, which is a key fundamental in our accommodation values. So I just want to, if I can just quickly bring this website here, sorry guys. So this is our Monash residential homepage. If you go down, you can look at the pricing here, as well as the different pictures of the accommodation that we offer as well. So just type in Monash residential services in Google. The first link will lead you there. Okay, so that's our page there. All right, so I'm next going to talk about Student Futures, because this is also really important. Now, Student Futures is a unique online platform tool that we have at Monash. It's fantastic in the way that it gives you the edge in the employment market. So obviously when you graduate, we really want our students to move into their career and really succeed from day one. We recognise that your education goes beyond lectures and classroom learning, and as you participate in more Monash activities, you'll be able to gain and reflect on more skills. So this tool essentially allows you to find opportunities and develop skills that employers need. For example, a group presentation that helps you build skills in communication and teamwork, or an overseas study exchange that helps you develop intercultural competence. Another unique feature of the tool is that it helps you to prepare for job applications and interviews. So you'll be presented with a range of opportunities during your time at Monash, such as working as an ambassador or undertaking a leadership program. And Student Future allows you to record these opportunities to make it easier when it comes time to prepare your resume and prepare for job interviews as well. So it's a great tool that is available for all students when you're studying at Monash. All right, so I'm actually going to, before I go into international student experience and opportunities, I just want to talk about Career Ready just quickly. Now, as most of our fantastic faculty reps discussed before, embedded in most of, if not all of our programs, we have some sort of industry-based learning. We understand that we work with industry, and what they want out of graduates is that not just the academic skills, but also the practical skills as well. One type of industry-based learning program that is quite unique to Monash is we have what's called a work integrated learning. Now, often work integrated learning counts towards credit for your course. It also helps you develop employability skills, including communication, teamwork, leadership, negotiation, and problem solving, which is very much what's needed when you move into any career profession. So our work integrated learning at Monash takes many different forms, and these are not limited to clinical placements, practicums, field work, study tours, placements, and also internships as well. Some of our industry-based learning programs or internships can also be paid. So a really good example is our co-op program within the Bachelor of Engineering that engineering students can undertake. They can have the opportunity to go into paid internships through our industry engagement. So these are fantastic opportunities that students can move into and develop practical skills which are much needed during their studies. Just quickly, we also have another program, the Monash Industry Team Initiative. So these are multidisciplinary student teams from Monash with leading Australian global industry partners. Now, the key focus here is working in teams. So industry partners host teams of up to 4 students to undertake a specific project over 12 weeks over the summer break. This gives the opportunity for the teams to work practical sense, but also be exposed to relevant learning opportunities that are much needed when they graduate as well. So that is the Monash Industry Team Initiative, all of which I've spoke about. You can ask in our question and answer box, but also look up in the website as well. And finally, with volunteering, volunteering allows you to create real positive and lasting change in your community, whether it's helping out at Monash, joining a project in a suburb near you, or standing up as an ambassador for an issue that you care about. Your volunteer role will see you helping others and fixing problems. And we've seen students who participate in volunteering roles at Monash, and it actually leads them into their career, which is a fantastic opportunity, another way that students can get involved in a practical sense. All right. So I want to talk about international opportunities. So when you come to Monash, it's not just studying at one of our 5 campuses, which I outlined that are in Melbourne earlier in the presentation. Now, Monash has one of the largest international programs for students of any university. As you can see here on the screen, those are one of the many dots that our students have gone and taken their studies abroad. Every single course has an international opportunity available, whether it's a semester-long exchange, an opportunity to study a single unit overseas, or even just take a few weeks on a study tour to complement your studies. There's really something there for everyone. So we're going to go through a few quick examples. So here in Queensland, we're going local. You can study marine biology on Hamilton Island with the Faculty of Science. We'll just move here to the Pacific in the Cook Islands. So you can do your teaching rounds with the Bachelor of Education during the week and then maybe sit in the sun on the weekends. We'll move to Italy. Now we actually have our own campus in Prato. We can actually undertake a number of units from the Monash Business School, arts, law, or through our art design and architecture. So this is an actual Monash campus that you can undertake your studies in. So that's another great example. And we'll just move over to the States here, where you can spend 8 weeks with your Bachelor of IT and also undertake a business unit learning entrepreneurship as part of your business degree in the Silicon Valley. For the personal experience, during my university experience, I actually went overseas. It was a fantastic, invaluable experience. I went to Fudan University in Fudan in China for 6 months, but I also did a 2-week study tour at UCLA in California. Going overseas to study is such an amazing experience. It's one of the highlights of my university experience. And you make learning in a different environment, in a culture sense, is also really worthwhile. And I really highly encourage you, when you move into university, that you take study abroad as an experience that you embrace. So those are our opportunities that we offer or have at Monash. All right, so I'm quickly going to talk about scholarships. So, I mean, who doesn't like free money, right? So at Monash, we have one of the largest scholarship programs on offer of any university. Our scholarships are designed to help you make the most of all the opportunities that come your way during your time at university. We don't just reward some of the brightest students with scholarships, but we also catered for students of equity needs as well, to help them get through their university experience. I'll just briefly talk about the different types of scholarship programs that we have. Now, first is merit. Obviously, these are based on some of our high achieving students. We also have equity scholarships as well for our domestic students. These are awarded based to students on personal circumstances. And we also have a combination of merit and equity scholarships as well. Now, in terms of applying for a scholarship at Monash, so in terms of merit-based scholarships, no application is required. You're automatically assessed if you apply for a course through VTAC and list Monash as a preference. Now, usually offers for scholarships are made in change of preference period, and further offers can be made in January as well. But given the impact of what's happening at the moment, please keep up to date on our website in terms of dates of results and so forth. In terms of equity scholarships, these work in a little bit of a different manner. Now, students must apply for scholarships through the VTAC scholarships portal on the VTAC website. Now, VTAC is the Victorian Tertiary Admission Centre. It's a holding house, I guess, for when you apply for Monash courses for domestic students and onshore international students. Now, there is a separate CEES application that needs to be provided. And also, depending on your circumstance, you may need to provide further documentation as well. just remember that equity scholarships are not, when you're assessed, you're not compared to any other applicant. It's assessed on a case-by-case basis. One unique scholarship that we have as part of equity is our Monash Community Leadership Scholarship. So as you can see there, Giovanna is a recipient of that scholarship. Not only is this scholarship unique, not only is it based on entry requirements, ATAR and so forth, but we also assess you based on extracurricular activities, for example. So have you made a positive impact in your local sporting club, which is a great example that you can use to apply for this scholarship. Further details on our merit equity-based scholarships can be found on the scholarships website. Our lovely reps that we have here can also link you in the question and answer box below as well. I just want to make a note that we may have some Indigenous students in our presentation tonight. So currently at Monash, the William Cooper Institute supports Indigenous students and staff in their education and employment aspirations. We have a range of admissions entry points and access schemes for our Indigenous applicants, as well as numerous scholarship programs as well. To address our underrepresentation of Australian, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students at Monash. If you have any questions, you can also drop in the question and answer box, but also contact the William Cooper Institute directly, and they will be happy to talk to you further as well. All right, so we're almost to the conclusion of the presentation. Thanks so much everyone for sticking around. I can see that we've still got a lot of people tuned in. Now, I just want to show the key dates of what's happening in the application space. So at the moment, we have our faculty focus inside Monash seminars, which run from May to August. You can also check that on our website. Our Monash information evenings as well are running throughout the year. Now, this is really important for all our applicants who are applying through VTAC. VTAC actually opens on Monday, the 3rd of August. Timely applications close on the 30th of September. Now, if you're applying through season scholarships, there's also that date there, the Friday, the 9th of October. It's make sure that you adhere to that Friday, 9th of October date, because there's no late applications on season scholarships. Now, that's really important because you want to be prepared that you have enough time to get your documents together. Don't leave it to the last minute. So make sure you get on top of that ASAP. All right. So now that has come to the conclusion of our presentation. I'd like to thank you all for joining. You may seem to have